Welcome to Let's Fix It Right. In this episode, the Let's Fix It Right team will review and evaluate the Saker Contour Gage Tool, explain why the Saker tool is the best contour gauge tool I've used, and show why I think the Saker is easily as good or better than any other contour gauge tool on the market today. Included in my evaluation will be a comparison of the Saker tool with the generic contour gauge tool on the left. In addition, I'll explain how the Saker tool will save you money with its improved accuracy. In other words, you'll save money by not having to buy extra material, do rework, or make multiple cuts because your Saker measurements and follow-on cuts will provide first-time accuracy. I started my basement upgrade using this generic contour gauge tool that my wife bought for me. Unfortunately, this tool proved to be unsatisfactory. To capture measurements, I had to frequently tighten and loosen these two Phillips screws on the opposite sides of the black center bar. If I loosened them too much, the contour profile gauges would move while I was trying to trace a pattern from the tool. If the screws were too tight, I couldn't move the sliding contour gauges at all. Unfortunately, I had a constant battle tightening and loosening these screws. I experienced another problem while trying to capture the patterns. As you can see, the sliding contour gauges would sometimes spread apart, causing the captured contour to be totally inaccurate. It was a constant struggle to accommodate all these problems. After a while, I became frustrated with this generic tool, so I reverted back to using paper patterns similar to this pattern that I had to make to cut the top stair nose for my stairwell landing here. Unfortunately, paper patterns consume a lot of time because you have to make multiple adjustments to them and they can be inaccurate. I was in the middle of a major basement finishing project and was wasting a lot of time and money with paper patterns. As you can see, the initial portion of my basement stairwell came out great. Considering that I had a lot of work remaining in my basement, I decided to get a better contour gauge tool, so I decided to try a Saker out. After using the Saker tool for a while, I found it to be far superior to the generic tool due to these key features and benefits. Saker's black center bar, which is constructed better with these 4 Phillips screws, evenly holds the sliding contour gauges in place. This enables you to maintain alignment of the sliding contour gauges and very accurately capture the shape of your surface, as opposed to the generic tool, which has only 2 screws on opposite sides of the center guide and fails to keep the sliding contour bars aligned. The Saker has these 2 tightening points on one side of the black center bar. These 2 tightening points enable you to precisely control the tightness and compression of the sliding contour gauges and accurately capture a shape with the Allen head wrench that Saker provided. As you can see, this wrench is very small, so you'll most likely lose it. Checking these Allen head screws with my metric wrenches, I determined that a standard 1.5mm wrench fits them perfectly. The generic tool doesn't have any tightening points or compression adjustment. Lastly, and most importantly, in my opinion, the Saker tool has a brake on the opposite side of the center guide. After accurately capturing a shape, the brake enables you to easily tighten and freeze the sliding contour gauges in place, so the gauges will not move and ruin the accuracy of the shape while you're tracing it. As you saw, the generic tool doesn't have a brake and its sliding contour gauges will move during tracing. At this time, let's capture a shape, cut it out, and check it for accuracy. First, as I mentioned previously, ensure that you have the 2 tightening screws on the side adjusted properly. After initially adjusting these screws, you shouldn't have to make follow-on adjustments if you're happy with them. Next, evenly align all the sliding contour gauges and position the black center bar so you can capture the entire shape. In this case, this black center bar position will enable us to go back approximately this far. Next, we'll capture the actual shape itself, and to do this we'll push the center bar forward and we have it to our desired position. And notice we have a few that are dragging loose here. What I'd like to do is make sure that we have that entire shape area captured. So I'm pushing this last contour shape bar here into position, and we'll go on to the bottom of the gauge and do the same thing. Okay, so at this time I'm pretty comfortable that we've accurately captured that shape. Next step is to apply the brake. So we'll go ahead and apply the brake. Next, with the shape captured exactly like we want, we will trace that shape onto the object that we want cut out. And as you can see, we've got that in place. We use a pencil to accurately trace that in. And we have our shape traced in place here. And in this case we have a little bump. I'll even that out there and here. So it's ready for cutting. Okay, for the next step we'll position our material over here on the workbench, and we'll make the cuts. For the straight line cuts I'll use my Dremel Sawmax and a saber saw for the curved portion of the cut. And now we'll cut the curved portion. Okay, that completes our cut. Lastly, we'll check the accuracy of the cut and install the material. And as you can see, we have a very good fit here and a very good accurate representation of the cut that we should have made. If you're interested in purchasing a shaker tool like mine, you can purchase it by using the link below. To access this link, go to the description below, select Show More, and activate the link. This concludes this episode where I reviewed and evaluated the Shaker Contour Gage Tool and explained why the Shaker Tool is the best contour gauge tool that I've used. In my opinion, it is easily as good or better than any other contour gauge tool available on the market today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and select the YouTube bell so YouTube will notify you of all my new projects immediately after I publish them. At this time, I'm moving on to my next project. You're more than welcome to follow. In addition, if you have a great project that you want to post on my YouTube channel, email me some pictures and a brief description of it. If it qualifies for the Let's Fix It Right standards to help others, I'll interview you over the phone as a guest do-it-yourselfer, produce a high-quality video, and post it on my Let's Fix It Right channel. For the year following this posting, I'll share 50% of the potential YouTube benefits with you. If you have any subject matter requests or recommendations, please contact me. All of this said, I recommend that you subscribe to my channel, follow my projects, and save a bundle of money doing it.